What? It costs this much just to live? Well, I guess I'll go die. Eliquis is one of the most expensive yet ubiquitous medications in medicine right now. And a lot of people are absolutely shocked at the sticker price. An Eliquis prescription for a 30-day supply could be $600, $700, $800, maybe even $900 at some pharmacies. I'm not really even sure. But I'm here to tell you, Eliquis is actually one of those medications that really is worth the price. This actually is a life-saving medication. Eliquis is a novel direct factor 10A inhibitor. It's used to help with heart problems like AFib and stroke. Basically what happens sometimes is people's chambers in their upper heart tend to beat irregularly, and what can actually happen is blood can pool in there and then coagulate, and then you have a clot, and then if the clot breaks off and travels through the body and into the brain, you're donezo. Additionally, you can have clots in different parts of your body, and Eliquis can help with that as well. Eliquis is an amazing feat of human engineering because prior to that, we used warfarin, which was rat poison. I'm not kidding, you can Google that. So Eliquis is worth the sticker price, but if you can't afford it, then it doesn't matter. I'm going to help you figure out how to get this down to sometimes, in some cases, in fact, in most cases, $0 per month for at least a month. And I'll show you other tips and tricks to help with the price of this medication. I'm Grant Harding. I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states and a medication pricing expert. And this is probably the best example of where my skills and someone like me can help Americans save millions of dollars of money. When you talk to us pharmacists, we'll say something like it costs this amount of dollars per a 30-day supply. And the reason for that is because some medications you take more than once a day, some you only take once a day. Eliquis you take twice a day. So whenever I say it costs $600 for a 1-month supply, I'm talking about 60 tablets. Now, Eliquis comes in a 5 and a 2.5 milligram tablet dose, and this is our first cost savings benefit. Probably a lot of people wouldn't qualify for this because most people take the 5 milligram dose, but as few people who have issues with their kidney function will probably take 2.5 milligram twice per day. So then, it would be cheaper to just take a 5 milligram tablet and split it, and then take 2.5 milligram twice a day. You would be getting 30 tablets a month instead of 60. Now, the price difference between one 2.5 milligram tablet and one 5 milligram tablet is $0.00. The price you're paying for this drug is the research and development cost. The actual amount in the pill isn't going to be proportionate in price. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about here. The website I use to query prices is crushcost.com. This is my website. So if we look at Eliquis, the 60 Eliquis 5 milligram tablets is around $600. So that's a 1-month supply for about $600. Now, if we change the 2.5 milligram tablets, look, it doesn't even refresh. It's the same thing. It's literally the same pricing. But if we're on the 2.5 milligram dose, let's switch to 5 milligram tablets, and then we'll only get 30 at a time. Now, it's only $300 a month. Then the question becomes, and if there's any physicians watching this or prescribers, they'll ask, well, can you split a 5 milligram tablet? The answer, we really don't know. This is the prescribing information here. And if you look for words like split, crush, chew, it won't bring anything up. Basically, the manufacturer doesn't tell us. Based on what I know about this medication and my professional opinion, I would say yes, you can go ahead and split a 5 milligram tablet. Not the official answer. Some people would say no just because they can't verify definitively. It doesn't specifically say here, but I am going to say that the benefits definitely outweigh the risks in this situation. Now, another thing that you could do is if you just want a couple tablets, just to get you through until you figure out your life, because it can be quite overcoming to have this new diagnosis, you can just buy a couple tablets at a time. People forget that you can do that. So, for example, if I just buy 6 5 milligram tablets, it's about $65, which is still a lot, but a lot better than buying a full prescription for $600 if you don't know if you're going to be using it. Bear in mind, everything I just said there is if you don't have insurance. If you do have insurance, it should be covered, but sometimes it isn't. And a game that I see insurance companies play all the time is that they cover a med, but your copay is $300 or $400. Well, thanks, I guess. Unfortunately, you may want to understand how this actually works. For medications like Eliquis, even though they are great and they are like literally life-saving, insurance companies will put a stop on it because it's so expensive. And this is exactly what happens. They will require something called a prior authorization. I was able to find this form from Cigna, and it talks about Eliquis right here. And it talks about the situations where it would be covered. So you can see here, it's covered for AFib, approved for 1 year if the patient is 18 years of age or more. DVT, it has all these things here of why they will cover it. And what they will do is they will say, hey, we need to make sure that this is something that is actually appropriate for this patient, because we're not going to pay $600 a month just because somebody didn't want to do their due diligence and make sure they actually did have an indication for this. So they will send the doctor a form that looks something like this, and they'll fill this out. And as you can tell, it's quite cumbersome. I don't think too many people want to spend their evenings, filling this out. And you can tell it's very easy to make a mistake. If they forget to check one of these boxes, they will deny this. Most of the time this takes place electronically. Nobody's actually filling out a form. But the point I'm trying to make here is things can get messed up, and they can get messed up very easily. So step one, if you have insurance and it's not being covered, I would need the doctor's office to just try again, contact the insurance company, figure out where you messed up if you did mess up, and try to get this covered. This really should be a pretty often covered med, because even though it's expensive, an insurance company doesn't want to pay for another hospital treatment for a DVT. They would much rather pay for Eliquis than a very serious event. Trust me. Think of a prior authorization as like an appeal. Basically, whenever the pharmacy bills the insurance company, they have a hard stop and they say, no, we need more information. That's all it is. If that happens, you can use crush cost or a different discount card and just get a couple pills in the meantime, or I'll show you here an even better trick to get even more pills for even less of a price. The next thing I would recommend is reaching out to the manufacturer, and this probably would be your best bet. Here, I'll show you the Eliquis website, and we can see different options for getting the price down. This is the Eliquis website, and I love this. This is actually one of the better ones I've seen. So Eliquis, as you can see here, offers a $10 copay card asterisk. Now, this is for commercially insured patients. If you have Medicare, you can't do this, but there are still more options. So I will put the link in the video, by the way, but you could just Google, Eliquis coupon card or something like that. What gets confusing whenever I see these attempts to get meds covered is they normally have two different cards. So as you can see here, there's a free trial offer card, which this is debatable. Even people with Medicare can use. However, that's very debatable. I'm just going to stay out of it. This exists. There's a free trial card. And there's also a copay card. And this is very confusing to people. So the free trial offer, I've used this before with for some of my patients in the pharmacy. Most pharmacies probably have this on the shelf, honestly. So if we click here for the free trial. Okay, so this is very unique. They don't actually give you the free trial card on the website. You have to get it from either your doctor or the pharmacy. Ask the pharmacy. I know I had a ton of those whenever I used to work in a retail pharmacy. Okay, so for the free trial, we have to ask the doctor or the pharmacy. But let's see if we can get a copay card. Yes. I have commercial insurance. Let's do email. Oh my gosh, I can't show you guys this. Hold on. All right, all I did was fill in basic information. Name, phone number. I didn't even have to put my address, just my zip code and my email address. And here's my card. Now, you cannot use this. I wouldn't technically be illegal, but you cannot use this card. But I can. I just got this, and you can too. Just go to the website in the link, and this is how you get your $10 copay card. Now, even if you get this card, you're not out of the woods yet. Sometimes billing in a pharmacy is just very difficult. Unfortunately, I can't provide any help there. It's the pharmacy's responsibility to get that paid for. But there is the card. Yay! Now, if all of that, maybe you run into a situation where you can't use the copay card anymore for some reason. Maybe you're on Medicare and they won't allow you to use it. Another option you can do is get it mailed to you from Canada. So this is the company that I recommend. I've literally spoken to the owner of this company. I've worked with them a lot in the past, or at least enough to know that they're reputable. It's called universaldrugstore.com, and you go here and type Eliquis. So here are the options. So you can get it shipped here. The 2.5 milligrams are actually not that expensive from Canada. It's about $100, but the 5 milligrams actually are 160. So that's another option as well. If you want to, you can get a discount. I think my discount code is GRANT2025. I'll put it in the description here. Beyond that, if none of those options work, you would have to switch to warfarin, which we don't want to do. Warfarin is, it helps with the same indications, but you have to get your blood tested, and it's really wonky. There's a ton of different interactions, and it's really not easy to undergo warfarin therapy. So, in conclusion, the best thing to do, honestly, is just reach out to the manufacturer. Eliquis, get your copay card, and get on with life. I hope you found this information useful. Let me know in the comments if this helped you, or if maybe it helped a loved one. So many people are just getting taken to the ringer with these medications. They come there, they get a bill, and they don't know that there's options, and they think they have to pay it. Yeah, it's very expensive, Eliquis is, but it's worth it. And yeah, maybe the discount card or the coupon card is a little bit of a scapegoat, to say, yeah, it's expensive, but we offer help to people who want it. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. In any event, there are options to help you.